Hi,
Ooh.
everybody. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and it is Stephen Hill and Myra J Day. How y'all doing?
We're doing fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing all right. Stephen Hill, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm trying to find. The show for my fiance here, who's trying to listen to us, but she can't figure it out yet. Just go
Oh,
to Facebook,
oh,
man.
oh, how cute.
Facebook
Facebook
and
or
then put
YouTube?
Sybil. Facebook or YouTube. Put in Sybil in the search, and then put in Sexy Steve, and it'll come right up.
Right. No, put Sexy
Yeah, there it
Stephen in
is.
first.
There it is, right there. And
Uh,
it'll be there. It'll
didn't
be there.
know. Let's see. I tried that, but nothing did.
And we have a new record. It was 30 seconds
No,
about.
no, 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 no. Haven't mentioned her name. And that was
Well,
functional.
her
That was a
title.
functional. That was a functional. That was a
Okay.
functional reference.
Okay. All right. You
That's a
can you can you
functional.
can you can schmooze it whatever way, but my money is good
It
this
was
week.
it was 37 seconds. It was. It was 37. It was 37 seconds. You win. Absolutely.
um, let's talk about what's going on in your lives. Y'all had a good week.
uh, yeah. What's today? Wednesday. Yeah. Let's just claim it. Yeah, it was fabulous.
Well, let me just say, this week we also had the I guess it's a once in a lifetime day for us. 2/22/22. I know Stephen Hill, you celebrated like
I
a big
did.
old dog. And I had it in my birthdays and stuff. It's 2/22/22. But by the time it got to the newsletter, it didn't. It was like, who cares? So, but that's a big deal. It's supposed to be a day of great luck. A lot of people got married on that day. I was waiting for an announcement for
Nice.
somebody to announce an early wedding, perhaps.
Let me be clear. I tried to move our wedding date to 2/22/22. Somebody, I won't I won't name who it is, but it rhymes with Beyonce,
Uh
said
huh.
we not going that early. I swear to God. I really want, because I wanted to do 2/22/22. And she was like,
Yeah.
it was like she was, I think it was basically like, fool, it's a Tuesday and it's too soon. I'm not really sure for you yet. So I was like, okay, I got
Oh well,
more
I can I
auditioning.
can see if she had some doubts.
Yeah.
Maybe her feet are still a little cold.
A little frostbit, losing a couple of toes. It seems.
Okay, okay. Well, but I don't know if you all saw that there was a big deal. The Justice of the Peace offices around the country. A couple got married on Jimmy Kimmel. It was really kind of cool, and it's supposed to be a day of great luck. Myra, any bites?
Look, unless I bit myself.
Well, with the right batteries, that could happen.
Okay.
And devices. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
No.
Mm, no,
Anything with you, Sybil?
not a damn thing.
Okay.
But I'm always hopeful that for other people, hope springs eternal. That something will happen. So, okay.
Yeah, you know what we say, it's lucky because we want it to be lucky. So for everyone who believe 2 2 2 2 2 2 2, it's going to bring you more luck than 1 1 1 1 1. Well, they ain't here, so we can't ask them. So let's just assume. Let's just assume it was a great day.
Well, the number two
Was.
is supposed to be very lucky, and they went through this whole thing, and in astrology and in Chinese lunacy or whatever, it's supposed to be a very lucky number. So it was just fun to watch, and
Yep.
all the folks that got married, and those folks, some of them that got married, didn't look like they were planning to do that day. They
That's
look
how.
like, oh, oh, okay, let's go. Let me get my shoes.
That's how it
That's what
be sometimes.
that's what
Yeah,
them two
yeah.
shots of tequila will get you.
So let's talk about what's going on in our world. Are people anybody talking about Russia?
Well, and I am, but I'm pretty much talking to myself. And I literally told my son yesterday, I said, look, I don't know where your gas tank is right now, but you best to go fill it up because it's about to be on and popping. I really think that most of the people in the United States are not aware of how serious this situation can really become here. Because war for us has always been over there with those other people. It really doesn't affect us.
And it
directly.
doesn't affect us until we have people who are members of our own family coming home, who are members of the military with some sort of malady, some sort of defect, and as a result of Agent Orange or whatever, but or a loss of limb. But we have thousands of young men and women that are now stationed in various parts of Europe as a result. And I dare say, I don't want to be alarmist, but I don't think we're concerned enough about this. And beyond the gas tank situation, Myra, talking about the gas prices, I don't know what you guys are paying, but I paid almost $4 a gallon the other day.
Oh, rookie.
I know. For you in California.
I'm in California. Come play with the big boys.
Right.
Come play with a $6 gallon in California. Come play with the $6 gallon in California.
Right, but if gas prices go up, it's not just us going to the tank. It's, did you plan to go on vacation? Ticket prices are going to go up because of the airline, because of our trucks delivering doggone every.
If the trucks get off of the convoy in which they are, boycotting mask mandates.
I think we can feel the pain much more directly and much more immediately.
And let me just say this: it's 25 degrees in Fort Worth, Texas, right now. So heating our homes, all of that is going to be affected. Not to mention, okay, check this out. Russia is like the second or third leading supplier of gasoline, right? Okay, so we talked about that. But they also have a number of chemical mines in which they mine these chemicals or I can't remember the name of it, damn it. But it is something that is it's so important. It is of the extreme importance in making catalytic converters.
Dilithium crystals?
Yes, sure. That's it. Okay.
Ding, 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 ding.
Please tell me somebody understood what dilithium crystals is. Please. I beg of you, just put in the comments. I got it. It's from, and tell me where it's from.
Yeah, please do. So this particular chemical is vital to the making of catalytic converters. We need catalytic converters in our cars because of the emission standards, right? We haven't come through it. I was going to say we just came through the whole chip shortage thing, but we're still in the midst of that, and the prices of automobiles or not being able to get automobiles. So there are more things. Aluminum is going to cost more because they are a great supplier of that and things like that. But the loss of life. What can happen if we have World War III in Europe?
It's look, this is a huge problem. And the thing that stuns me the most is how little people seem to care about the fact that we've got to back up NATO, and when Russia invades, there has to be a response. The economic sanctions are fine, but please understand that U.S. troops are already being mobilized.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going, and they keep saying there's not going to be any boots on the ground warfare. That's fine for now, but U.S. troops are being mobilized already in this conflict. Ukraine, it's not funny, but the Ukrainian president tried to call Putin. Putin was like, "Tell him I'm not here. I'm not." No, I'm not. I'm not.
You trying to hit him on Facebook or something?
I'm not taking that call. I'm not taking no call.
I'm about to go on stage because I'm a comedian.
Right. I'm out. Take my shirt off.
Myra, he's a former stand-up comedian.
Oh God. Well, I'm glad he got out because we got enough trouble in the comedy.
But now he goes to run Ukraine, and it's like, dude, we got nothing to worry about. Oops. Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this can escalate and escalate quickly because at some point in time, the answer is going to be, well, we've got to hit Russia so they stop hitting the Ukraine. And do not forget, Russia ain't give it all them atomic bombs. They did not. They did not give it up all of those atomic bombs.
And there is a certain political party who seems to be very kind of hush-hush, and the few who are speaking are sympathetic to
They are
Putin.
snuggle buddies with Putin.
Okay. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
It is the power of Trump. It is the power of Trump, right? People are afraid of going against Putin because just recently Trump had a conversation where he was talking about, oh, well, I understand Putin. I understand why Putin would do that. I understand. And so no Republican can ever go against Trump and hope to get elected in an election year. Still, please understand how all these dominoes fall, right? That's why you're hearing so much of the silence that Myra talked about, is because, well, if Trump said I can't go against him, it's just a shame.
And Ronald Reagan has got to be spinning in his grave somewhere. It's just like, for all the things that you may not have approved of Ronald Reagan for doing, the welfare queens and, all of the stuff, and just say no to Nancy. But if nothing else he stood for was against the Russian government, or if you want to call it a government, right?
Yeah.
And
it was
now,
about tearing that wall,
Mr. Gorbachev, bring down that wall.
Yep.
And now, new school Republicans, or maybe they're not even Republicans, the Trumpeteers are saying, oh, he's not such a bad guy. I'm liking what he's doing.
And it's a very, very bad tongue-in-cheek joke, but I'm like, we knew as children, since Rocky and Bullwinkle, Boris Badenov. Since the day of Boris Badenov and Natasha.
That's right.
We knew that they were not to be trusted.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Let's talk some good news before we move on to some more other things. Myra J, talk about our friend Brad Sanders.
Oh, yes. Before Brad Sanders, creator of It's Your World, great
with Myra J,
voiceover person. He's going to be on the Wonder Years tonight. So remember to tune in tonight, the Wonder Years. Brad Sanders, he was known as Ed Regal on It's Your World.
And what else, Stephen Hill?
And those, remember, On the Phone with Tyrone.
And someone played Miss Tingling.
Myra, how far back do you and Brad go?
Oh gosh, as they say, way back. 35? No,
wow.
No. Further than that, 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were like he must have been your babysitter. You were like in kindergarten, eh?
I was an embryo. Yeah.
Oh, embryo. Okay. Well, maybe he your daddy.
You have no idea how many times I've heard that, but okay.
Well, Wonder Years is one of my favorite shows, so I really enjoy it. I know a lot of people I never watched the original Wonder Years, but I'm loving the reboot.
Yes.
Speaking of
really
reboots,
good. It's
has
really
anybody
good.
watched the reboot of Fresh Prince?
I haven't watched
It's
it
called
yet.
Bel Air.
Right.
I would like to know what you think of it. Is it good?
I like it.
I have
really
heard good
like
things,
it.
for the most part. Yes, I've heard good things. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's I got hooked the first episode, which is a free episode from Peacock. So now I had to, get the membership and in order.
Oh, that's why I haven't.
And you can't binge.
Right, it's by week.
It's week by week. Yeah.
Well, you can binge. You can binge if you wait 10 weeks to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
But
you got caught by the crack. You got caught by the crack.
Yes, yes. I got caught by the Peacock crack.
Here's some free stuff. Oh, it's free. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like this. Where can I get more? Oh, you gotta pay for more. Oh man, I gotta have some more. Just one more, man. Just one more.
I promise. Just need one more. Just need one more. Okay. And one more thing, and we don't have a lot of time because we talked about Russia for a very long time, but I do want to talk about today being Ahmaud Arbery Day in the state of Georgia, Myra. The convictions came down for the federal hate crimes trial. The charges came down on the eve of the anniversary. It was 2 years ago today that Ahmaud Arbery was killed.
Yeah.
And so the federal hate crime trial ended yesterday with guilty on all counts for the McMichaels and Brian. And now I understand it's not over. That they are going Trump, I believe, said that the family is going to go for civil charges as well.
Yes, as well as, and to me, she gave such a powerful speech yesterday when she went back to make her point about the DOJ, saying they did what we made them do.
Right.
They didn't want to do this, as well as she made it a point to say it's not over because we're going after the original DA. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, the one who refused to bring charges in the first place. And there's a whole number of people in that pack who are responsible for that.
So she has started a foundation in her son's name. I want to say one of the counties here declared it Ahmaud Arbery Day, and they had something in Brunswick, in Atlanta, and in Cobb County.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Myra, was there, you're there in Georgia, was it a different feeling there and being closer? I know you're not near Brunswick necessarily, but in the state, was there a different feeling yesterday and today?
You know what, just from people that I talked to, there was just this big resounding yes, like yes, get one victory for us, just to prove a point. She was like, we're going to hold everybody accountable for everything you did. So
Stephen Hill, can you believe it's 2 years?
No, not at all. Not even close. I mean, I remember where I was when it happened, and the response was like, it's just crazy. It's just.
And you may have heard of it even sooner.
Remember when? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you may have heard of it sooner than a lot of us in the rest of the country heard it, because if it were not for Ahmaud Arbery's mother and banging that drum and making people hear what had happened to her son and what was not happening on behalf of the government and what they were not doing and shuffling it around and not making charges and what have you, it took a while for the rest of the nation to catch up.
It did, right. But I'll because I'm always trying to look for the positive, right? So what this shows is like his death brought about after time, and 2 years is actually kind of a short period of time, but like because of one person's drive, right? His mother's drive to refuse to allow it to die, because it could have died without her, it just would have died.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. But that drive plus social media, plus everything that was going on moved in such a way that justice was absolutely served. It took a moment, but I remember when they were building the jury, and he was like, "Oh, it's an all-white jury," and I was like, I remember I was like, I'm not worried about it being all-white jury, because there's just some things that are just right and wrong,
right?
And so kudos to her, and kudos to everyone out there who is demanding social justice, who's demanding justice and social justice.
And she still had to fight for it, like you said, Myra. With the Department of Justice, and she said their cries went unheard.
That
if it weren't for the judge to make that decision,
as a single mother with a son, for her to say, my cries to the Department of Justice went unheard, because after we told them what we wanted, and they went ahead and did what they wanted to do anyway. And thank goodness for the judge who said no. Right. We're going to keep it going. And I was just like from the beginning. I remember when I first saw the video on Facebook, I honestly thought, I was like, this can't be real. I mean, I was in denial, like this can't be freaking real, when it happened in 2020. I'm like, this is freaking crazy. But two years later, and I'm so glad that on the news several times I heard the three men referred to as murderers, because that's exactly what they were. Yes.
Yep. Absolutely. One more thing I do want to mention is the weather. And as I mentioned, it's 25. It's probably even lower than 25 right now in Fort Worth, Texas. But the other day, a certain group of people will pull out the shorts and the flip-flops. They had those on like day before yesterday. And now we have an ice storm, and everything's shut down, and it's sweeping across parts of the nation. Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Dakota, near record snow, and here in this Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, and Texas, looking at a lot of ice and icy conditions. and they're concerned about our our ability to stay warm here in Texas. So
Well, like somebody said, why is Mother Nature throwing our temperatures out like Powerball? 69, 17, 44, 28, 82.
that's very funny.
It's 70 here right now, but the high Saturday is going to be 54. So it's go figure.
Yeah. Well, we got you beat. It's I'm sorry, 23.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
nippy.
Wow.
Yeah, a little nippy.
Right.
I ran out to do the things I had to do today. So let us move on to what's really going on. And hello,
There
young
she
Kwyn. How are
is.
you?
Hi everybody.
Hi. We're going to move to our question of the day, and it is Pink Shirt Day in Canada. And so it brought to mind the man who can rock a pink shirt. That would be our friend Stephen Hill. So the question of the day is, what is your favorite piece of clothing these days? Because a lot of us have gotten accustomed to, not having to dress up and, do the normal work wear. Although in radio, I could still go to work and look like a 12-year-old seventh grader and nobody had a problem. But this is the, now that we, kind of just have those things that we've become accustomed to. And as I said, when I saw this, I thought of you, Stephen Hill. So thank you for throwing on your pink shirt today.
Absolutely. All right. So the question is what's
so what is your favorite piece of clothing these days?
Oh, that's easy. Dante has a thong that is black lace. And the way it,
I think we've seen the
video. My clothing.
And not the way it fits on your head.
My bad. No. Trust me. My own.
Because I think I saw the video of her tossing that, and it was yes.
It made a heart shape.
She got quite an arm there too.
Did you see the throw? Did you see the style?
That was a nice toss. Yeah.
Hit the target. What?
Yep. We could use her on the Chicago Cubs or White Sox. I'm just saying.
What is my favorite piece of clothing? It's a pink shirt. Not this pink. The pink is a little.
It's a deeper pink.
It's a deeper pink shirt that I absolutely love. I've been rocking these things for years, and I've always loved them since I was 20, 23, 24.
Yeah. So
Before it was a thing. Before it was a thing. Did you ever pop the collar? No.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for being honest.
I want to say, in a pandemic, right now for me, anything that fits. Anything is so few pieces that I have left. So I have literally morphed into leggings and tunic tops. Mm-hmm. I'm like, if I'm going out, then you just slap on a pair of heels. If I'm going to the store, I've had that same outfit with some sneakers on. So yeah, leggings, just a good and ladies, we know this trick. High waist.
High waist.
Yes.
A good percentage of spandex.
Yes. And it'll suck everything in. That's right, baby. Women know what I'm talking about. We like the high weight. Or I still have one or two pair of jeans. Now I might have to take them pliers. You know the trick. You lay back on the bed and you pull that zipper up and inhale and snap. However, I look like I have a life raft around the top of the jeans. But once again, that's where the big top comes in. So, yeah.
So Kwyn, I don't, you're in class most of the day, working with students as a student. Do you have, and I know in college, for me, it was just that favorite pair of jeans that you could throw on every day. Is that still the case?
Yeah, I was going to agree with Myra when she said leggings. I definitely putting on just a pair of high-waisted leggings, some Fashion Nova $5 leggings almost like every day. But my go-to, like let it be I'm performing poetry, if I'm speaking at an event, or if I'm going to class and I want to feel cute, is a black turtleneck. I have so many different black turtlenecks that I can just put on with like a red lip or a nude lip or whatever. I'm like, okay, then. I'm like, we're on.
And then we know you're ready.
Yes, and I feel very
So the question of the day is, what's your favorite piece of clothing these days? What's your go-to? And I will show you mine.
Okay.
And people can adjust your cameras accordingly too. These are my black Santa pajama pants.
Not where I thought we were going.
The Santa jams. I like it.
I have black Santa pajama bottoms and socks. And so and you know, on days like this when it's 23 degrees, it's quite comfy in the house.
Is there a matching top, Sybil?
No.
What?
Wait, what?
Because, well, here's the thing. I don't wear a top around the house, so I just have a tank top on normally. So the hot kind of flannel thing that wouldn't work for me. So I'm just really happy with the pajama pants. And the neighbors,
does your window cleaner come around a lot?
Remember that we had a painter at one time.
Yes.
All right, Janice Brown on Facebook. She says anything cheetah print. All right, mama. Sonia Glenn on Facebook says anything with elastic in the waist, leggings and a sweatshirt, and anything in animal print. Sonia Glenn says on Facebook. That's true. Aubrey Williams on YouTube. My favorite piece of clothing is my face mask because I'll damn if I get COVID. 100. I understand, Aubrey. I understand. Does anybody have a favorite face mask, or are you doing the disposable? Are you all doing the N95s?
I used to have like orange Kente one, but then I lost it.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm sorry about that.
No, I'm a disposable Debbie. I will next. Yeah.
Like your men. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow.
I appreciate everybody participating. I'm just and so when I go out, it's my yoga pants.
Fancy.
No, really not. But I can go to JCPenney and get a really good pair for like $12-15.
Nice.
Or rainbow.
And they come in different colors, and so I'm really happy with those. Now, if I only would do more yoga in the yoga pants,
there is that.
Can we just call them pants now? Just they're just pants.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Myra. Yeah, rub it in. Dora Levette Tiggs on Facebook says I have a lot of Zumba outfits that I didn't get to wear because everything was shut down because of the pandemic, and I wear them around the house. Yeah. That's and the other side of that is there somebody in your house that's wearing the same thing that you're pretty damn sick of? You would like for them not to wear every day.
Yeah. Some days I'm like, you will change. I don't care that you aren't leaving. Change your dang clothes, okay?
Stephen Hill?
I was gonna go with it's the same thing that is my favorite clothing, so I just take them off. But I decided not to do that, so you scratch that. So you scratch that.
Steve,
but it's true.
I'm curious about the pink shirt. Where and when did that start? You said 23. So
the funny thing, the earliest picture I have of it is in the summer of '85. But I know it started before that. That's a longer story. In that pink, a very attractive woman once said pink looked good on me. I had a pink shirt on for some reason. And I was like, and I had it on, it was almost like a joke if I remember, because I'm like, well, I usually wear pink, but I was like, well, why wouldn't I wear pink? Oh, it's because of the old, girls pink, boys blue. Mm-hmm. And even then I was, back before that, I was thinking like, no, if it looks good and I'm comfortable with it, why not go with it? And so it's been a thing. So.
And it's a good color on you.
It does not.
Rosemary Smith on YouTube says, Stephen, you look good in purple.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Rosemary Smith.
Yeah. R.I.P. Prince.
Yeah, indeed. But so that's it. And then I just always liked it. And then a gentleman I work with, John Cosette, and I'll stop, who used to work with us on the BET Awards. He passed away in 2011, but he was the first real executive producer of the BET Awards. He also liked pink polo shirts. And so to this day, the first rehearsal for every show that I ever do, I always wear a pink shirt in John Cosette's memory.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. That's
Yeah.
great. So that was the impetus for this question, and so and as I said, also there may be some items that your mate wears or a friend or partner, whoever's in the house with you, you like to see them get rid of. But is there something in your closet that perhaps it's time to let go of? Yeah.
90% of my closet. 90%.
Really?
Yes, only because I can't wear it. And
Oh, okay.
mentally, it's a thing of, purging, clean your house, clean your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some of these sizes you're never going to see again. It's like I'm playing double dutch. It's like 10, 12, 4, 6, 16, 10. It's like I have all these sizes thinking, okay, well, if I lose 20 pounds, then I can wear these. If I lose enough. And now I'm just like frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah.
I found in moving that just tossing and I'm still tossing and tossing and tossing things out, but it's not only in my closet but also other things around the house, and it's like, what are you holding on to this for? And my mother was real good at that. You bring something new in, something has to go out.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, not me. I need to clean my closet out and start over, says Renita Bland on Facebook. And see, that's the part, cleaning it out and starting over. Because
you know what the
right
problem
back where you started from.
Well, the thing is, it's so hard to do because you can say, okay, I'm going to clean my closet out. Today's the day I clean out my closet. You open that closet and you get the first thing. I don't need that. Boom. Second thing. Boom. Oh, I remember when I was in third grade and I threw that on. I was in third grade. I look good. All right. I know I can't fit. I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to throw this. Oh, man. Remember when I was in college and I had the red jacket with the zippers? Yeah, I can't throw that out. And the problem is, you start reminiscing.
All these memories.
If you start losing your memory, cleaning the closet makes it a lot easier.
That will bring it back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I am halfway through. Is it Marie Kondo? The joy of tidying. Yeah, and she said, if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. And she said, you don't go through like picking up one thing. She's like, no. Tackle all the tops, like every top in every closet, in every drawer, everything. Lay it all out. If it doesn't bring you joy.
So here's my problem, and I know you guys can identify with this. All of my T-shirts from radio stations.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And because every Sky show, they would, take this shirt from, a memory from the Sky show, right? And someone suggested to me that I take them because I was like, I'm about to take them to just toss them or whoever wants them. But somebody suggested that I do a quilt out of some of them. Yeah. So that's why the bag is still there until I get that.
I have every Tom Joyner jacket. Ooh. Everything that has my name on it. That's the issue. Yeah. I really would give them away, but I'm like, but I have things with my
even the jacket we all tried to lose.
Yes, yes, Yolanda would be so proud. I still have that jacket.
I was gonna say I don't have a problem with giving away clothes. I think that's just from like growing up with siblings and like experiencing hand downs and stuff. So even when you asked the question, I was like, my sister was just here and I just told her like, yeah, you like have whatever you want in my closet. Like I don't know. I've just never been emotionally connected to them. And they've never really been, even though like, of course, Christmas time around, get like pajamas and stuff, but I've never really been like, oh yeah, this is the important one. Cause like my grandma gave it to me. Cause I have like pictures.
You would give away something from Nana?
I gave away something that my best friend gave me that I didn't like. I gave away something that like a lot of people, if I don't like a gift that I got from you, I will, give it away if I don't want to wear it, if it can't fit.
Are you a re-gifter?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Nothing, not even a little
I think it's a great idea, yeah.
Yeah, because if I can't fit it, if I can't use it, then it's actually not a gift for me. Maybe it's meant to be for somebody else.
If I don't want to fit it, it's not a gift for me.
Well, you know what else? I think that that our generation and previous generations, we were different. You know, this was from your grandmother, and you take I think the younger generation, they don't give a dang. They don't want all this. They don't have the same values. And I'm not knocking them for it. I'm just saying, stop saving all this stuff to give to our kids, because our kids are like, we don't want that.
Yeah.
We really don't want that.
Right. And let's start with, you know, like when my godmother passed, and there was a question about, you know, her china, and her son said, you know, my daughters aren't going to do anything with this. And I think they sold it.
It depends on the thing. My mom, she got a pashmina scarf that she passed down to all of her daughters. And like, we also all have 3 piercings on like our left side. So I get like traditional, like historical or dialectic, like materialistic history. Like I get that. But like generally, like if I see, for example, I have lots of like Delta paraphernalia, like shirts and stuff. But I gave them like to my neos. Like I gave them to my specialists, because like I am now like coming on like 8 years old in this thing. It's time for me to let it go. I don't want to be reminisce all the time that I pledged like 8 years ago. I have to be looking forward to like the next 8 years. But my mom gave me her old crock pot. Like I have some, you know, like old pots. I'm
not
excited.
if you're a This Is Us fan. You're not going to take the crock pot, are you? Okay, so let's move to the What You Need to Know newsletter. This week's newsletter features a week-long tribute to Trayvon Martin as we observe the 10-year anniversary of the murder of Trayvon Martin on the 26th of February. And so Kwyn is a part of this, and Kwyn Townsend Riley spotlights the women behind the creation of the Black Lives Matter movement in her article, and a really good one too, about the women of the LGBTQ movement who were behind the beginning of Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, so I don't think many people actually even know how important Black women have been to the term Black Lives Matter, or who actually even created it in the first place. I feel like a lot of people just think it erupted out of nowhere when we just started using it. But the women who originally coined the term were 3 Black queer women, distinguished, brilliant, absolutely like remarkable in terms of like their insight when it comes to social justice and equity. And their names are Patrice Curlers, Opal Tomati, and Alicia Garza. And they co-founded the Black Lives Matter in 2013 after George Zimmerman was acquitted of shooting and killing 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. And so it started out as just a way to mobilize people from New York to St. Louis in response to police violence against African Americans. But today, Black Lives Matter has 26 chapters in the United States, Britain, Ghana, and it represents just a broad agenda of economic equality and criminal justice reform. And originally, from I even heard from my mentor in the movement, from BYP 100, is that they never even imagined that it could get this extensive reach when they thought of creating this hashtag, and when they thought of how people are even using it today. Like we see it on church, we see pastors using it, you know, on their podium. We see politicians talking about it, you know, in debates. We see it just like all over social media. Celebrities, you know, are being told that they have to say it before they do a song, or they're going to kneel for it. Athletes are using it. And so it really has become our type of igniting another movement, another wave of the civil rights movement that we talk about today. And it wasn't, we have this beautiful quote actually from one of them when she said, Black Lives Matter was always an umbrella statement. Opal said, one of the founders, she said, intentionally broad enough to challenge not just the criminal justice system, but also racism in education, healthcare, and elsewhere, issues that are locally relevant to the movement's 16 or so North American chapters and to grassroots groups internationally. She said, from the beginning, when I built Black Lives Matter, I wanted to write that Black queer lives matter, Black immigrants matter, Black disabled folks matter. And this movement is about all of us and recognizing that Black people aren't a monolith. And so the humanness of just saying that my life matters, not like, you know, just my skin, my hair, my profession, what I contribute, but just like my life is worthy enough to live, is really radical and remarkable. And so when I think about the fact that it is coming up on 10 years for Trayvon Martin, it's really coming up on 10 years of a movement since his murder. And I'm looking forward to, you know, these next 10 years of just like organizing Because as we can see, these past 10 years, America hasn't learned their lesson, and they're still inflicting lots of harm and injustice. And so I'm excited to keep turning it up for the next 10 years until they get it right.
I'm really proud of you guys and the way that you have taken to this to the suggestion of doing something in honor of the life and times of Trayvon Martin and what happened upon his death. Whether it was a tribute to Sabrina Fulton, Trayvon's mother, and talking about Black Lives Matter and the women behind that movement. I know your brother Cameron is doing a great article about as a Black man and Tracy Martin, Trayvon's father, and it's I feel, Myra, and I don't know if you have the same feeling, but being there at the beginning when Ben Crump came on Tom Joyner's show the very first time and talked about this horrific situation and bringing it to our attention, and then talking to Sabrina Fulton and getting to know her and watching her grow and be the spokesperson, as they say, and as Reverend Al and as Ben Crump have said, to be a part of a sorority and fraternity to which no one wants to be a member. And being there in the subsequent years of parents who have lost their children and other family members. So it's this really, just to think that 10 years and now we're coming to the end of a part of the Ahmaud Arbery story, but knowing, damn it, they're still out there and it's still happening.
It's a split feeling because it's painful, but it's still hopeful. We have to have hope. You know, we have to have hope in order to keep the fight going. We have to.
And I think when you realize, we referenced it earlier, people's actions, the actions in St. Louis, the actions in Ahmaud Arbery's mom, all of them are the actions in Minneapolis. All these actions, while you cannot erase the horrid deaths that they came from, are preventing deaths as you go forward. And the challenge is you don't know the names of the people who got saved because of these the actions after these people. You'll never know those names, but there are names out there. There are people who are walking the earth now, had it not been for people's actions around these deaths, that would currently be dead. And I think that's the hope. That's that's the encapsulation of hope.
And thank you for that, because that is the absolute truth. And looking at the half full side of all of this. And Stephen, you as with your ward, who is 17.
You're 17, and I apologize. If you notice, I'm looking off to the side because there's actually some long distance disciplining going on at this time. Literally, so I apologize if you hear. But there's literally long distance discipline going on at this time. But he is a lovely 17-year-old with all the learning to do and all the, that's hope as well. Like that's hope. That's hope as well.
And that's what they said. I remember Sabrina and Tracy talking about who Trayvon was at that 17-year-old boy. And he was getting into trouble, and he and his dad went up to Central Florida to kind of get away and to, kind of refocus and regenerate a little bit. And then, unfortunately, that was what we came to know as that day on February 26th. But it just kind of puts everything in perspective when you think about Trayvon, and he would be 27 years old now. And
wow, I know.
And I'm literally only 1 year older than him.
Right. I was gonna say you're younger than he, so it's just like the whole different perspectives on all of this. But I'm really proud of the way people have gone on our staff and have gone after this and produced these articles on this movement in this moment. Also want to talk about
keep people knowing.
Yeah.
And this week, we also have to acknowledge that this week, Tuesday, was also the day that Malcolm X was assassinated.
It was. Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. So Wednesday was the anniversary of Ahmaud Arbery's death. Tuesday was Malcolm X. Wednesday, and then Saturday for Trayvon Martin. One of the other things that we do every week in the What You Need to Know newsletter is talk about the Black and Missing. And today we talk about Jerry Rye. Jerry Rye is a 77-year-old Black man, and his family is asking for the public's health. He's been missing from Renton, Washington since February 9th. He may be suffering from some memory loss and could experience medical issues if he's not located as quickly as possible. So please go to the What You Need to Know newsletter. Take a look at Mr. Jerry W. Rye. And if you have any information, you think you may have seen this man, please go to the Black and Missing Foundation, to their website, and let's find him and bring him home as quickly as possible. We had a story where we were going to have one person featured, and it turns out that they were found. And these things do happen, and that is good news. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Kwyn, I talk about your brother as the lone Black male writer on our staff, and he brings a certain amount of gravitas to this in terms of not only his perspective, but his because he's the only male in your family too. So then he comes to this staff full of women, but he brings some interesting stories to us as well. And this is about an act from 100 years ago, in which a resolution was written by State Senator Tory George McCallum of Mississippi, and wanted to move the entire Black population of Mississippi back to Africa.
I read that, and
yes,
my thing was, it was twofold, because I was like, well, you can't just bring us here, treat us as slaves, and then decide we don't want you anymore. If you know you messed up, well, then why don't you leave your riches here and you get up and go? How about that?
Okay.
Man, I don't want this.
So here's the thing, Kwyn. On February 20th of 1922, we're talking 60 years after the Civil War.
Shout out to the SGROs.
So the Senate voted 25-9 to trade some of the reparations owed by European countries for a piece of colonial Africa. And that means the government would then ship Mississippi's Black residents, creating a final home for the American Negro, even though the Negroes they were talking about were born there. And so this was a big deal, and with the exception of like Marcus Garvey and others, they weren't too happy about sending Black folks back to Africa, to a land that was, even though their families talked about it, it was still foreign to them. And here's the other part: Black folks in Mississippi made up 52% of the population. And those that still had farms and were producing cotton and all that other crap, they needed the Black folks. You couldn't just send them back. But somebody came up with the genius idea. Yeah, this is the way to get rid of them, and to do some work with European colonists.
But that's still treating us less than human.
Oh yeah, it was less than 3/5.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Sure.
Pick them up, drop them off, move them over here, sweep them under the rug. That was crazy.
I wish I could just do like a Uber X to Nigeria. I really would just go, or to Cuba. I really would just go.
An Uber X.
I don't have to convince me nothing.
Uber X to Nigeria.
Right. Say less. This is not my land. This is not my land. This is not. It's fine.
Well, maybe we can find out what country in Africa you do come from, and we can.
When Cameron first told me, I said, when he first told me he was writing this, I said, and it didn't pass.
Well, the economics of it, I think, got to the white folks.
Right. I think they're just like, oh, man,
they're like, this cotton ain't gonna pick itself.
Of course, they just want to make money off of us.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they still do.
Is anybody watching
NFL,
is anybody watching this series? Everything's all white. Everything all white.
I started it. I have not. I haven't completed it.
I'm still watching Euphoria.
Oh, I'm a couple weeks behind on that. But talk about two very, 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 very different shows.
Okay, yeah, those are different shows altogether, huh?
It just makes me. I like to believe in the good of everybody, but there is a certain type of sinisterness to general market or Caucasoid society that has permeated the centuries, that is just shocking when it's stacked on top of each other. It's shocking to review the full belief that if we can conquer it, we should have it. Like just full stop. And there's the sub-Saharan Africa, it feels like it's built on more community and helping each other in a way that is not about conquering. And maybe I have it all wrong, but like it's something about that program is really bringing into focus even more the centuries of if we can conquer it, we should have it. Full stop. There's no reason we shouldn't.
You know, there's a joke.
And that's a very dangerous base. That's a dangerous base to go through a civilization and society, especially when you can allow yourself to believe that some human is lower than you are.
Yeah.
There's a joke I used to tell early in my
I'm sorry, Myra, hang on to you. Annette Brady wants to know what channel is that for Everything Is All White?
It's on one of my streaming services.
Yeah, me too. I'll look it up.
It is on a streaming service because I have seen, But
I'm sorry, Myra, you had a joke.
The joke I used to tell early on, living in California, and Black people would start complaining. All these Hispanics here and stuff. I'm like, I know doggone well you're not upset about Hispanics in California. Know your history. I'm like, they're not sneaking up over the border. They're going home. Okay.
Right.
This used to think about it with all the Hispanic flair and everything in California. How you gonna sit up here and have an attitude talking? They coming over here? No.
There's lots of Black people that are xenophobic, Islamophobic, homophobic, and I don't understand it.
So here we go.
Showtime, by the way. Showtime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's move to entertainment before our executive producer loses her mind. And Kwyn, tell us about what happened on Western Illinois' campus this week.
Yes. So yesterday, why y'all don't see me have no makeup because I'm tired, is because I was crying and screaming and yelling because we had over 300 students show up to see my brother's debut play on Western Illinois University campus. The play was called Ancestors Watching, that he wrote in literally a day, that we were able to, because of nepotism, contract him and pay him. But he drove down, my mom drove down, my little sister drove down, and all of us were in here. I was hosting, and I was also doing the sounds, and Cameron directed, also helped produce. And it was just like a really good show. We had dancers, we had singers.
And you guys filmed it?
So it is going to be streamed on YouTube. And yes, my mom said, yes, it got to standing room only. Somebody tried to take my mama's seat. I had to stop. Miss Riley is going to sit down.
But how will we find it?
On YouTube, on the Western Illinois University channel. Hopefully in the next coming weeks, because they're trying to say
congratulations.
That's awesome.
Stephen Hill, are you among the Kanye West fans who have listened to, paid $200 for a particular streaming service or whatever, and listen to Donda too?
I am not one of those. I'm a huge Kanye West fan, but there are certain lengths to which I could not go in spending that. Now, that said,
STEM player.
I may get STEM player, because what STEM player does, besides just give you Donda 2, is basically pull apart every instrument in a song that you like, right? So if you want to hear Let's Groove Tonight by Earth, Wind & Fire, you can pull it up and listen to just the bass line, or just the horn line, or just guitars, right? They're called stems. Those are when all the individual instruments put together are called stems digitally. And so that's the premise of STEM player overall. The Kanye thing is just to bring more attention to it, but I may buy the STEM player because if I can pull apart I Want You Back and just hear the guitar all the way through, or just hear the piano, that's worth $200 to me. Full stop.
That's awesome.
Full stop.
That's awesome.
The bass line from Heartbreak Hotel, please. $200. Let that money fly out of my pocket, please.
And any instrument from Shantae's Got a Man at Home or Amazing. So let's move to Yogi's Jewels. I did it. I said it. Okay. Yogi's Jewel today. Be aware of your power to change your thoughts. Inhale the breath and exhale chaos. I don't know what else you would inhale, but
I'm so
inhale
sorry.
the
I thought there
breath
was
and
I thought there was
exhale the chaos.
I'm sorry. I thought there was TS on the end of that. I was like, baby, it's time.
I was waiting.
Come on, man. Yeah, we about to go off now. Yeah. I'm gonna inhale. Trust. I'm sorry. Oh, you guys still here? My bad.
Yeah,
I'm so
we're
sorry.
still here. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
We can say goodnight now.
Yeah.
Hey, Kwyn, good job. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Way to go.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
everyone.